In today's video, we are going to be removing the instrument cluster. The odometer gears are stuck at 62,665 miles. That is not correct. We have no idea how much this car has. That was a common failure point. Dorman makes a rebuild kit we got on, and I got to clean this car still too. Dorman makes a rebuild kit of gears I got on Rock Auto. And then I got to remove the, as we talked about in the last update on the car, I got a new climate control unit from eBay, or used I should say, I'm going to put in there. So we got to get all this off and start going to town on that. The trim just kind of pops off. I actually have to, right here with the radio clip, take this off so it can come off easier. With the cover off, you can see plugs for options such as like rear defrost, power antenna, stuff like that. You can see it's all blanked out on here. This is actually the first one I've seen without rear window defrost, but it's a Southern car, so that makes sense. The cluster's also going to get all the bulbs replaced while I'm in there. I neglected to say that earlier in the video. I just got to work on getting all these off right now. I got that one loose. It's not going to be a tutorial video at all. I'm just kind of showing the process here. This was actually quite involved to get off compared to a newer Crown Victoria like that one out there. You can see I've had a lot of stuff come off that, you know, you have the wiring to the date and time up there and clock, and you've got the back there, the regular bezel. Here's the instrument cluster with easy access. And then I had to take off, which I'm going to try to do it a different way when I put it back on. I had to take off the headlight switch actually from the, keep it attached to the trim, which isn't how you're supposed to have to do this. I couldn't get the handles off, so I need to get that taken care of before I get it back on. So we're going to take this cluster out and we're going to take this HVAC unit out. Okay, so we've got the old one out. You can really see how that lever was just in bad shape. It's actually missing the end right there. And then here's the new one. Everything works great as it should. It is a little different though. You know, the font's a little different, and then the heat and cool, the red and blue is filled in. I compared this to my 90 over there, and it has this version. So I don't know if this is a 1 year only for 91 or what's going on with this. I'd love to have the same faceplate on this. However, I don't think you can actually take these off, and I don't want to risk damaging anything. So we're just going to do this, and it really doesn't look that noticeable. And just have working AC. I'd rather kind of have this. But we'll keep this running around for parts. Here's the little helper today. You going to help me with this? I guess not. Okay, so we're going to be replacing the bulbs. There's actually a bulb back in here. You can see that. Yeah, we just replaced that with the new 194 long life bulb. Working on getting the dash cluster out. This is a lot harder than on a modern Crown Vic. I know I've said that already in this video, but this is very involved. At least for me. If someone can do it quicker, I'd be surprised. I've been on this for a few hours now, getting this whole everything switched out and taken apart. Well, we ended up getting the dash out, and I'm going to replace all these bulbs. There's actually quite a bit more in here, and I realized they were going to be. I don't know why I didn't figure there was going to be this many, but the gears are already splitting apart for the odometer gears. You can kind of see right there, it's already missing at the ends. So, yeah, I got a rebuild kit I'm going to put on these. So I'm actually adding mileage. I've done about 400 and something miles since I've owned the car. As dumb as this sounds, I actually am adding to it because I want it to be correct from what I've driven it to and from Chase Classic and the car show at Coldwater and a few other local stuff. I've kind of kept track. So about 400 miles I'm adding. A little ways to go still. You can see the gear is literally just disintegrating in my hand, and that was such a common failure point on these clusters. This is the replacement gears in it. And another great thing is it's made in the USA. It's getting hard to see these days. We've got the old one completely out now, so we're gonna work on getting these new ones in. New gears are in, and I tested it is working. You can see it's spinning ever so slightly up there. So I am very happy. I gotta do this to my other car, the 1990 as well. This is I'm not looking forward to doing this again, but has to be done. We have the trip odometer, if you want to call it that, right here. You can tell that already fallen off right there. Just absolutely abysmal shape. I've gone ahead and replaced all the 194 wedge bulbs in here with Sylvania 194 long lifes. A lot of bulbs. I figured while I'm in there, let's do them all. Surprisingly, the only one that was blown was for the brights. I figured while we're in there, let's just replace them. Shouldn't have to worry about it again. Got the cluster back in, testing the bulbs. Everything's looking great. We will return to this. Have to have the doors closed due to this Canadian wildfire smoke we have. Northern Ontario. You can see that. Poor air quality here. It's actually breaking a record here in Northwest Ohio for the worst air quality ever. A little stuffy in the garage, but it's not too bad with fans. All right, look at that. We got a whole... And even the brights work now when I do this. Fantastic. I'm happy. We have the interior back together in the car. We're going to give it a test drive, make sure those odometer gears are functioning like they should be. And you can really see how hazy it is out here. We've added mileage. It's working. 13 miles test drive. I'm really proud of myself for this. And Dorman has a nice kit available made in the United States. So if you have a 90 or 91 Crown Vic and you have one that doesn't work, that's the one to get. Got it on Rock Auto. Seems like anytime we work on the project car, we are either at Harbor Freight or an auto parts store. Just the nature of the beast. I wondered why this came out so easy, and look at that, it's broken right there. Mist fan going, which is a necessity today. Right, Megan?
Right.
What do you think, Pepper? You like the mist fan? That's the little helper. Another Gov Deals purchase from the Perrysburg Township Fire Department. Another trip to get some more parts, this time in AutoZone. All those working on project cars know the feeling of multiple trips to a store in one day. There's that old condenser with the new one. This one's definitely got a lot of fin damage. Yeah. And the third and hopefully last auto parts store of the day for some O-rings. Napa.
Can you lift up on this side of the condenser for me for a second?
This side right here?
Yep.
Yeah, I can.
Just look at
That helping? This might be a record for the most AutoZone trips we've taken. We thought that it came with R12 to R134 fittings, and it did not. You have to buy the fittings, so. Let's hope for the last one. And they have what I need, so perfect. The new fittings. Check it out with this infrared thermometer. Oh yeah, that's great. It's pretty cold in here with the windows up. 49, so we're getting pretty nice and chilly in here. Actually getting a little cold. You can see all the new light bulbs behind the dash that I did. I'm really proud with how it turned out. Same with the climate control. That's a new bulb behind there as well. With the new radio glow. Just fantastic progress that we've been making with this car. Very happy with. Hey, why is the dash apart again? Wonder why. Well, I didn't get my date and time to work. So I pulled it apart again, and you gotta remember to plug everything in. So kind of a waste of time to have to take it all apart again, but oh well, it had to get done. All right, let's do an oil change. Now that there's ice cold AC in my car, thanks to my coworker, I just got an oil change done. And while I was under there, I went ahead and replaced the speedometer gear in the tail shaft of the transmission. Why, you ask? Well, this car was registering about 20 miles per hour off, so if I was driving 70, it showed 100 on the instrument cluster. That is not good. You'll add mileage on, especially since we redid the odometer gears inside there. Inside there, when I pulled the drive gear out on the tail shaft of the transmission for the speedometer cable, or speedometer gear, I should say, I don't know how many teeth this is. This was in here. This was replaced with an orange one. So at some point, this car had gotten transmission work done when it was in service with the fire department, and they probably just used whatever AOD they had around, or they could get their hands on, I should say. So it was registering wrong speed. Thanks to CJ Pony Part and Kyle for walking me through it. I ended up getting it replaced by myself. It was seemed kind of daunting when I thought about it, and then I went under and did it, and it was really simple. So CJ Pony Part, even it came with the kit came with 4 of them, 4 different gears, and a retainer clip. I would like to get the 1990. That's off by about 10 to 12 miles an hour as well. So we'll see if that kit ends up having the one that would work with this car in there. So it goes with different rear ends and tire size and everything. So it's dead on now, and I'm very happy about that. Getting ready to go up to the Frankenmuth Fire Muster here next week. We've got ice cold AC, thanks to my coworker. I've got working odometer gears and a speedometer that's dead on now. Got to detail the interior some. Probably going to flow a floor mat on this. This carpet's in terrible shape. This might be next year's project, is new carpeting. And while I have the seat out, I want to send this seat off to get replaced. Or not replaced, but rebuilt. It's all blown out in here. And yeah, it's just kind of worn out. Rear seat's in phenomenal shape, though. I mean, this has always been something I've been happy with, is how great a shape this seat is in. Go ahead and end this video here. A little bit shorter update, and I wasn't able to film everything like I wanted to. Working on the AC, it's just, we had to get it done. And even with doing the speedometer gear in the tail shaft, I wanted to film it, but it's just hard when I'm trying to do something under the car and small like that. But as long as I can talk about the updates I did to the car, I'm sure that suffices for most people, because I didn't do a tutorial. I'm sure I could have done a tutorial on removing that gear, but I decided just to get it done. I'm kind of running out of time here before the show. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe.